Ja'Kobi Gillespie wants his money and he wants it now. Word to the general, word to Shaquille O'Neal. Former Maryland point guard is reportedly suing the NIL collective for Maryland, saying that they are refusing to pay him. And there's been some interesting quotes that have came out of this. Now, obviously, there's a lot of details that are coming out about this. Apparently, Ja'Kobi Gillespie's saying that why he's not being paid is beyond him and that he's owed roughly like $100,000, I believe it is, and the Gillespies are going to sue the NIL collective for Maryland to recoup that money. Maryland saying, on the other hand, that basically when transferred to another school, that the payment stopped once he transferred there. Now, Gillespie was one of the better players in the Big Ten last year, and for Maryland, I think they got him for a steal. I think he was around $500,000 for Gillespie, who then obviously almost more than doubled that, reportedly getting almost 2 million to go to Tennessee this year to play for Rick Barnes. But this brought up an interesting quote that I wanted to get your thoughts on because Riley, we saw towards the end of last year, Kevin Willard and the Maryland NIL collective were not twinskies. They were not on the same page. They were like, I don't have enough money. Like I can't operate like this. They're not giving me the money I need. I can't do what I need to do. I'm not locked in with the NIL collective. And Ja'Kobi Gillespie's father, I believe his name is Byron. Sorry if I got that wrong, Mr. Gillespie, but he literally was quoted saying to the Baltimore Sun that when Willard left, they pretty much quit paying all the players, and we're fighting for that right now. There were players that not get the money. There were players that did get their money, and players that didn't get their money, and all are fighting for it. This kind of makes it look like Willard was right, and maybe they don't have money. His name is Byron, by the way, and basically he's calling Maryland poor. Riley, let me throw it to you first for some thought, because there's a lot going on with this.
Yes. First off, let me make it clear that Sleepers Media is unequivocally a pro Mr. Gillespie show.
Yeah.
We respect you, Byron, and we stand with you. Mr. Gillespie, yes, sir, I'm on your side. This is it really surprising? This is not the first instance we've seen of collectives not paying their players. You're seeing it unfold at Florida State. Didn't Miami end up in some chicanery with this too? It's
Also, you dropping the chicanery is crazy. But I believe it was Isaiah Wong was threatening not to play because he wasn't getting his bread.
Yeah, right. And it's almost like, these unregulated collectives where people are greedy. It's shocking that it leads to these outcomes. But I think from an ethical side, to me, I'm just thinking, this is a player who gave Maryland its best season since 2016. It's the first time Maryland has made the second weekend since Melo Trimble was lacing it up in the yellow and red and the Maryland flag pattern colors, whatever you want to say. I don't know if they have a colloquialism um, over at gosh, why am I blanking? Where's Maryland located?
Where's Maryland located?
Yeah.
College Park.
College Park, thank you. Yeah, I don't know if they have a colloquialism in College Park that's like, oh, you got to put on the golden and maroon. But yeah, since Melo Trimble was doing that, they haven't made a second weekend until this past year. It was a really good season. And I wouldn't even think Maryland fans would be like upset with Ja'Kobi Gillespie for leaving when the head coach leaves. So yeah, to me, it's just any sort of pettiness or loopholes of, oh, you were going to get this money, but now that you're dipping, you don't get it. That to me seems nonsensical, especially when you consider if it's really over 100,000, which for someone like Ja'Kobi Gillespie, yeah, if you're a college student looking to capitalize on your name, capitalize on your play when you don't know what your NBA future is going to look like, I don't blame you for trying to get that 100K. But for most of these boosters who are funding these collectives, I just can't imagine that's a big hit?
This video is brought to you by NBA2KLab.com. 2K Lab worked with us last summer as well. They're one of our favorite entities in all of sports gaming. We want to show you their college basketball stadium locator challenge game. And I'm going to share a screen right now as we do this. South Carolina, bang. Oh, okay, that's pretty good. Next, North Carolina. Why are we only getting the Carolinas?
Please
Bang.
lock in.
St. John's, that's New York.
New York.
Bang.
Where's New Jersey?
We're on fire. Colorado. I actually don't know what state Colorado
is. It's in Colorado. There's a state of Colorado.
Is that this one?
It's to the right of Phoenix.
Anyway, you get the picture. This game's really fun. They've got more games as well, like Guess the NBA Player, Mystery Fantasy Draft, and more. Stay tuned for all of the college football content and games that they'll be putting together to help you get the best experience out of college football 26. Back to the video.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that because that's my next point on this. First of all, just like looking at this from a basketball standpoint, Ja'Kobi earned whatever. First of all, y'all got him for a
Max.
steal. Y'all got
He
him
was
for a steal.
nasty.
He was nasty. He was one of the best players in the Big Ten. And the fact that he's getting 4 or 5 times what he got from Maryland is actually very, very, like, very accurate. Like that's honestly what he should get. So the fact that you got him for that, is a steal at this point. And I'm at this point. This is kind of where I stand on it. One, I'll never admit that Kevin Willard was right, so I don't stand with Mr. Gillespie on that. But I will stand on this, and you kind of said it, Riley. So I'll go ahead and get to this point whatsoever. This does make Maryland look poor. If $100,000 and not paying one of your best players is is very like unknown, and a player is suing you, it makes you look bad, like to the point where. And I don't like to do this because $100,000 is $100,000, right? I don't mean to make like little minuscule light of that, but is
Hmm.
it worth the smut that gets thrown on your name as a university? That's what that if I'm playing a word association game at game night next week and someone says Maryland, I'm gonna yell out poor because of this going on. Like, and the fact of the matter is, recruits see things like this. They truly do. Like they do, and Buzz Williams has got to be having his hands on his bald head, being like, "Damn, like y'all are setting me behind the 8 ball right now. I'm trying to recruit out here, and I got Team Thrill Under Armour members saying that I'm poor. Like, what am I supposed to do with that?"
I was gonna say, speaking of Buzz, I was gonna set you up and say, Cart, who is Maryland's head coach now?
Buzz Williams,
Who's a coach who's like notoriously tough to work with if you're the athletic department?
Buzz Williams.
Is he not someone who you'd want to keep on good terms from the start? Like everything you just said, where he's on the road right now having to recruit, and he's going to have to deal with these poor accusations. Where, yeah, if I was him, I'd have the same reaction. And if Maryland, I think Buzz Williams was as good of a hire as they could have done. Honestly, I think Buzz Williams is a better coach than Kevin Willard. I wouldn't want to be getting off on the wrong foot with him when he's liable to leave in 3 years. When he was supposed to be a Texas guy through and through when he took the Texas A&M job. 5 years later, he's in College Park. You don't think he's going to leave Maryland if the opportunity arises? Start on a better foot here than this. It's just, yeah, bad look for the program. Even, I mean, it'll fade with the news cycle, but they got to get it together
Yeah, especially over like something like $100,000.
for a really good player. That's the part that
Right, like if we were talking, I'm not gonna like throw people on, but like if we were talking about certain players, I'd be like, all right, like I would be trying to recoup that. I wouldn't be trying to send him money anyway. This
right.
dude was incredible. He was great for y'all. Like he was part of like dog. This was the best Maryland basketball year that they had not in a long time, but like they've had some little iffy moments there with some really talented teams, and they put it together this year. They got the nickname and everything. Like there was a lot about this team, and Ja'Kobi Gillespie was a massive, massive part of that. And if it's $100,000, I'm with you, Riley. I am looking at the Maryland donors. That's crazy. Like one less round at your country club. Just right there. I know you got it. Everyone just, what I'm saying, collectively pitch in like 10,000. Let's keep it moving, right?
Yep.
Yes. So the poor accusations will be carried on until proven not poor. Maryland, I'm looking at you, Mr. Gillespie. Stand with you, brother.